Hello students. In this video, we are going to discuss the testing of hypothesis of single sample. And if we are checking the testing of hypothesis for single sample, there are two mumkin cases. If n is greater than 30, then we are using Z score. And if n is less than 30, then we are using T score. Clear. So here we are discussing only about n is greater than 30. That means we will discuss the questions related to the Z score. Okay. If we look at the possible cases for Z score, there are three possible cases. One is the greater, that means one tail, and here the value is alpha. Another is the value is the less than. Here also it is alpha and it is one tail. But if it is different, like say here, different, that means we will have it both the side, left side as well as the right side. So alpha divided into two parts, one becomes alpha by 2 both sides. Okay, so there are three type of alternate hypothesis, greater, less, and the third one is different. Okay, so according to the conditions, we need to use the formula for calculating the critical value. Critical value is the point here, like say here from where the critical region, this shaded region is start. Okay, so this is the point is called critical value. So we are checking the critical value using these formulae, and then same we are calculating the p value, probability value, what it is, and then we calculate the values. Okay, so let us discuss the question number one. And if we look at the question number one, what is the question? A researcher wishes to test the claim that average cost of tuition fees in a 4-year degree course from a government university is greater. What is saying? He's saying the value is greater. And what is this value? This value is mu. So what is the hypothesis here? If you check the hypothesis, this is the mu is greater than 925 OMR, and if here is then this is the another mu here is greater, so here will be less than equal 925 Omani Real. Okay, this is about how we are checking means writing the hypothesis. Okay, she selects a random sample of 36. So n is 36. Government university and find the mean 950. So 950, this is the sample mean. So x bar. The population standard deviation, because the is population standard deviation is there. So this is the value of sigma and this is the value of alpha. Clear. So if we look here, these values, and if we write here, so first we'll write the value of mu. The value of mu is 925. Okay. Then the value of n is 36. Then the value of x bar is 950. 950. Then the value of sigma is 65. And ALPHA alpha is equal to 0.05. So these are the values, and for this we need to check whether the null hypothesis is accepted or rejected. So my dear friends, here using hash we can write comments. It is a greater problem. Greater problem. So it is one tail test. Okay, this is the number one comment. Number two comment is and here is greater, and here is greater than 30, because 36 is the value. So we will use Z test, or you can call it Z score, to test the hypothesis. Okay, so the first question what we calculate here is we can write find critical value, and how to type the critical value by CV. So CV, what is the formula? It is Q nor 1 minus ALPHA, not divide by 2. Why? Because it is a one tail test. CV, and if you will find the value of CV, this is the value of CV. Okay. The second question comes, the find the test value. What is the test value here? So find the test value. How to calculate the test value? Test value you can calculate by using the formula that we discussed in the class. What is that formula? It is x bar minus mu, bracket close, star sqrt, and means square root n, and divide by sigma, sigma. This is, and if you will type here test value is coming like this one. So my dear friends, here question we can conclude, we can find the result by using two techniques. One is the comparing critical value and the test value. Another, the comparison is between the p value and alpha. So here first I am writing result result 1. Result 1, I am calculating comparison between the critical value and the test value. If test value is more than the critical value, if test value is more than the critical value, what is the answer? First answer you need to write the correct one. So if test value is more than the critical value, the answer is H naught is rejected. This is the answer. And if this is not correct, else another answer it will type. And what is that another answer? It is the H naught is accepted. This is H naught is accepted. Clear? So here in this case, what we, if the test value is more than the critical value, so H naught is rejected. It is because both these values are coming positive. Okay. So if you will enter, what is the answer coming? Answer is coming H naught is rejected. Okay. So this is how we conclude the result. So this is the result. But we can calculate the p value also and compare that value with the alpha also. Okay. So now we will calculate the find p value. And if we find the p value, how to calculate p value? Now you need to go to this one, this here. So what is the kanun for p value? Now our question is related to greater. So what will be the formula? Formula is this one. This formula we will use 1 minus p norm tv. So p value is equal to 1 minus p norm and tv. This is, so if you will see pv is equal to, it is coming 0.01. Clear? This is the p value. And same comparison means I will write here result result 2. Result 2. Why I am explaining result 1 and result 2? Because like I will explain you here. If p value is less, ALPHA, if p value is less, H naught is rejected. So here the answer is rejected. Look, in this case also the answer is rejected. In this case also answer is rejected. These are the two methods. The first method is compare critical value and test value. The second method is compare the p value with the alpha value. So these things will give you what the hypothesis is. In this case, hypothesis is rejected. Okay. So this is how we solve problem related to the greater one. Okay. Now, the second problem that we are going to study. Now, read the problem. A factory machine that dispenses 80 milliliter of fluid in a bottle. There is a machine in the factory that dispenses fluid, and it value is 80 milliliter. An employee believes this amount is less. So what do you mean by this? So if you want to write the null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis in this question, so mu value is less than 80 ml. And if here is less, so it will be greater than 80 ml. This is the hypothesis in this question. Using 40 samples. So what is the value of n? the value of n is 40. Okay. And the average amount dispensed by the machine is 78 ml. This is the value of x bar. Standard deviation is 2.5. This is sigma. And because confidence level is given, so this value is 1 minus alpha is 95%. So alpha is equal to 1 minus 0.95. So if you will calculate, it will come 0.05. This is the value of alpha. Same like previous question. Clear? So we need to test the hypothesis. So what we are going to do? Here we are going to do mu is equal to 80, n is equal to 40, x bar is equal to 78, and the sigma is 2.5, and ALPHA alpha is equal to 0.05. These are the things that are given in the question. Okay. Same. We can write the comment if you want to write hash. It is a problem for less. So one tail test we will use, and another is n is greater than 30, because the value of n is, you can see the value of n is how much? 40. So 30. So use Z score to test it. Okay. Now same type we will use it. Hash. What is this? First find the critical value CV, and in case of less, what is the critical value? Same. There is no change like the previous question. So Q norm 1 minus ALPHA, 1 minus alpha. But one thing you need to remember, what you need to remember, I told you what, when you are checking here, critical value is plus, but here the critical value is minus, because it is downside. So because downside, so what we will do, we will put a negative here. So if you will do it, critical value is what? Minus 1.64854. So these things you need to remember, because it is for less. So critical value we need to take negative, and it will get negative only if you will put the negative sign here. Okay. This is now hash. What is the next question? Find test value. Test value. And how to find test value? Test value you can find easily. What? Like this. And if you will calculate test value, the test value is coming minus 5.059644. So we use same kanun here. X bar minus mu star sqrt n slash sigma. Okay, this we can do it easily. Okay. After that, same like hash result one, means we can calculate the value compared using the test value and critical value. But here what you need to remember, because the values are negative, so this option will change here. If test value is less than the critical value, H naught will be rejected. And here, what I have done, I forget to put the sign in between. So if I will put test value is less than, the null hypothesis is rejected in this case, because this is small, this is big. So this is rejected. Okay. Now this is one way of giving answer, test value and critical value comparison. What is the another way you can do? You can use the p test also. So we will solve find p value. How to calculate p value? Now you need to look into, I will tell you. P value for less. So p value for less is p norm TV. Okay. So PV is equal to p norm, and bracket is start, TV bracket close, enter, and PV, if you will say, it is coming like this, 2.1 into 10 to the power minus 7. So this value is very small, so definitely it will be, the answer will be rejected, but we will write the conclusion using this. And what is this? This is P. If P value is less than alpha, rejected, and H naught is rejected. So you can see, if we are comparing test value with critical value, it is rejected, and if we are comparing P value with alpha, it is also rejected. Okay. So here, if you will read this third question, then you will find, what is this? A researcher claims that the yearly consumption of soft drink per person is 52 gallon. So what is this? This is the value of mu, that 52 gallons is there. So this is the value of mu. In a sample of 50, that means this is the value of n. Randomly selected people, the mean of sample is what? This is the value of x bar, and this is the population standard deviation n, and this is the value of alpha, zero point 0.01. Okay, so if you are taking all of these values, you will find, if you will read this question belongs to different, because they are not talking about the greater thing or the less thing. So H naught, H1, and here H naught is mu, will write the alternate different, 52, and here equal 52. This is the hypothesis. So hypothesis is different here. Different means which, what we will use. Here we will use this for the critical value, and if TV is greater, the first one. If TV is negative, the last one. These two kanun we will use. These two formulae we will use here. Okay. So let us start the problem. If you will see the problem, what is the first thing? First thing is mu is equal to 52. And what is n here? N is 50. What is the x bar? 56.3. Sigma 3.5. Alpha is 0.01. Okay. Now what is this? You can write the first comment, because it is a different problem. You can use two tail here, and the another comment you can write is, since n is greater than 30, so you can use z score. Okay, so z score if you will use. Now we need to find the critical value. So two things you need to remember in the critical. Number one, it is z score we are using. Number two, it is two tail. So what formula we will use to find the critical value? We will use Q norm 1 minus alpha by 2. Now if you will type CV, you will get it. Okay. This is question number 1, critical value. Now we need to find what? The test value. And if you will find the test value, so what is the formula? Same, x bar minus mu into square root Tn upon sigma. And if you will calculate test value, this is the test value. Now there are two methods to calculate it. What is the method number one? In method number one, we are calculating the test value and the critical value. So if test value is greater than the critical value, you will get the result. What is the result? Because here by chance test value is more compared to critical value, so null hypothesis is rejected. This is the means output. Whatever null hypothesis is there, that is rejected. It is telling that the database do not accept the hypothesis. Okay, now what is the next thing? Next thing what you can do is you can calculate the p-value. P-value you need to use, p-value is always based on the uh, t-value. Okay, here t-value is positive. So for the t-value positive, this is the formula. Okay, now if you will check the p-value, it is almost zero. Why we are getting p-value zero here? Because the t-value is little higher. If it is 3 and 4, you will get some answer, but more than 5, you generally get nearly zero. Okay, now we can find the another result. How? You can compare the p-value with the alpha, and you can see the answer is rejected. So whether you compare the test value with the critical value or you compare with the p-value and alpha, the answer is coming same, the rejected ones. Okay, now we will discuss about the problem where both the means all the three options possible. What is the what I'm talking about? All the options possible. I'm talking about, like say here, more is possible, less is possible, and different is possible. Clear? In this question, if you will see, a motorist claims that on an average the police issue more than 60. That means this is the value of mu. Mu is equal to 60 here. Okay. Speeding tickets per day. The data shows, this is the data. Like say on first day 72 tickets, second day 45, third day 36, fourth day 68. Like these type of tickets issued. In this question, number one, X bar not given. Number two, the sigma value is not given. If this value is not given, then to check the hypothesis, there is a different procedure. Okay, that I will tell you. Here, what is this? Alpha. Alpha is 0.05. So two things are there that you need to look into this question. What is this? Number one is alpha is given 0.05. This is the one thing given. And another mu is given. Mu is equal to how much given? Mu is 60 given. You can see mu is 60. Here mu is 60 and alpha is 0.05. These two values are given. Now these values, whatever the values given here, these values you need to save as a vector x. Okay. So how to test it? You can see these are the values I saved. And if you will type, it is showing total 30 values. Okay. So these values are typed. Now, if data is given, x bar not given, then my dear friends, to test it, this is the Kanun. Clear? What you need to write? The value of x, this value. The value of mu, this 60. Then this is alternate. This we need to alternative. Alternative. And alternative, there are three options: greater, less, and two-sided. Because here it is not two-sided. What is the question? Question is saying more. More means greater. 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 Not two-sided. Okay. So greater. This we removed. So alternative is greater, and confidence level is 1 minus alpha. Here if you see in the question, alpha is given. So what is the confidence level? Confidence level is 1 minus alpha. 1 minus alpha is 1 minus 0.05, so it will come 0.95. Okay, so this you need to write here, 0.95. This is the value that you need to type, and if you will enter, you will get the answer. So here you will get two things. Number one, you will get the test value. This is the test value that we are calculating in the previous question. So if you want to write test value, you can write here. Test value in this question, you will get 0.027201. This is the test value that we were calculating in the previous if data is not given. And another thing from this data set is given the p-value. What is the p-value? 0.5108. 0.5108. This is the value. Okay. Now alpha is given here and p value is we calculated with the test here. And please remember this is the test t dot test. And these values you need to type. You will get it. Now you can compare hash. What is the result? Let us see the result. And if you will look at the result, same we will do. P value is less than alpha. So H naught is accepted in this case. Why H naught is accepted in this case? Because this P value is more than alpha. If P value is less than alpha, it is rejected. But here H naught is accepted. So my dear friends, I tried to solve all type of problems. Like say the first problem was greater, second problem was less, third problem was different, and the last problem in which whether it is less, greater or different, but the data is given. So we solve all four type of problems. Clear? And these four problems I solved for Z score. Clear? In the next video, I will try to prepare for t-test. Thank you very much.